Well, we're very, very disappointed, as you might imagine, especially the employees, the people who work here, the hardworking men and women who work with the horses. Suffolk Downs is more than this building, and our direct employees. This is the last remaining thoroughbred racetrack in New England, and consequently, hundreds of small businesses and family farms in the Commonwealth depend on the existence of thoroughbred racing. All these people depend on that for their livelihoods. So today's decision comes at an extreme cost to those people.
Judging by the statement, are you saying that this vote will result in Suffolk Downs closing?
Yeah, the track has not been profitable since 2006. Our ownership has been incredibly generous, investing in racing, preserving jobs here, keeping the track going, with the potential promise of expanded gaming on the property. Without that, it's impossible for us to compete with all these other tracks on the East Coast that have that advantage. And so we've seen some of the better stables, the better horses leave here, go to Delaware, go to Pennsylvania, go to New York, and there's just no way for us to get those people back with this decision.
So you will be closing?
We're gonna have a meeting with the employees and the horsemen over the next several days. We're gonna talk about how we orderly wind down our racing operation. We only have a couple weeks left in the season. Our last day is September 29th. We can continue simulcasting for a couple more months after that. We haven't made a decision on if we're going to file for a license for next year, but I don't see any circumstances where we continue to operate.
How many jobs are we talking then if that happens?
You heard the commission today talk about 1,100 jobs associated with the facility. There's about 350 direct employees here, 325 or so that work for us, for Suffolk Downs, and our main on-site vendors, security and cleaning and the concessions company and things like that. There's another, the Commonwealth, the state issues over 2,000 occupational licenses for this facility. So there's all those people who they can be owners and trainers and all the jockeys and trainers and stable hands and grooms. They're almost all independent contractors and small businesses, and so they're not in our direct employees. But when the commission talked today about 1,100 jobs, I think they're including all those other people who depend on the racing operation in some way for their livelihoods.
So permanent jobs on site here, roughly?
So during the racing season, we have about 850 people working at the facility.
Okay. So where do you think it went wrong? What would you have liked to tell the commission if you had one more chance to say why your proposal was superior to win?
Well, we thought Mohegan Sun's proposal was superior in multiple ways, a better site, a better plan for this region. I think the commission, made a risky choice. You heard Judge McHugh today talk about the risk associated with the wind project and whether or not it could ever get off the ground. And so given the risks and given that they were in effect putting 1,000 people out of work with that decision, we're troubled with the decision. We're very disappointed.
Is there anything you can do at this point?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what options there are. Certainly we'll continue to watch the process, but right now, we've invested in keeping Suffolk Downs going for the last 7 years. First, 4 years while we were pursuing gaming legislation and trying to get that passed, and then the last 3 years first pursuing a license ourselves, and then our tenant, Mohegan Sun, pursuing a license. So, I mean, what we've been doing clearly hasn't been working. So, I mean, we're going to have to revisit this, and again, there's a whole lot of people, very hardworking, decent people. I remember the Globe wrote an editorial in favor of expanded gaming in 2007, and it had the line, "Not everyone can work in the innovation economy," and the people who work here sort of embody that. Okay, these are hardworking people, but very, very low skilled, and so they work with horses because they love it. It's a way of life, and it's going to be very difficult for us to help these people transition.